Hey, Joe Urbina here at C.O.B.R.A Defense Miami with our VIP Executive Assistant, Sabrina. And guys, Saturday night about 3:30 a.m., I get a text from Sabrina. What happened?
6 of my friends got held at gunpoint by 2 men.
6 of your friends got held at gunpoint by 2 individuals where?
South Beach.
Whoa. Go ahead.
It was prom weekend.
Okay, prom weekend. This happened where?
South Beach.
South Beach. So this is after prom. The celebration still happens, and this happened roughly at what time?
3 in the morning.
3 a.m. So everybody's still partying. They're out there. It's 6 of her friends. What's the makeup of that group?
5 females, 1 male.
5 females, 1 male. Listen, it's tough for one guy. You have your girlfriend, you have your wife, you have your daughter. That's tough because you have to put yourself there. You're in the role of protector, obviously, under an incident. Now you're overseeing 5 other women, and there may or may not have been drinking involved. But regardless, what happened? What is it that happened?
One gunman pointed the gun at the weakest girl there, and the other gunman pointed the gun at the only male there. And then the male ran away from the gun.
So that we're clear, there's 5. What's the motive? So points a gun at you're saying weak is the smallest girl, okay, and they're also pointing a gun strategically at the male so that that's under control. And then what ensues? What happens?
They got robbed.
They're getting robbed. How? Money?
Their jewelry, their cell phones, anything they had on them.
Anything they had on them. Cell phones were one of the first things that got confiscated, so nobody's calling the cops. And then what happened?
The male ran away from the gun, and the gunman chased after him.
So the male decides to take off running, leaves the 5 girls behind, and he gets chased. Part of the reason why he's getting chased is because he has a phone on him, so he can call the authorities. What happened to the girls? They basically got robbed. Nobody got hurt seriously, thank God, correct? Okay, and this, the guy who ran away, what happened with him?
He hid under a bridge.
He hid under a bridge and did what?
He called 911.
Called 911, called the authorities. When the authorities got there, they couldn't even find him because he was so well hidden. But parents, I want you to be clear on this. So your daughter may be out on a date, and this is not the first time that we hear of a male running away from the scene of the crime, leaving that female behind to fend for herself. This is something that I point out multiple times. It happens when somebody records with a phone. Everybody has a phone today, and they record a situation where there's an abduction or there's an act of violence, and they say, why isn't the person behind the phone, why isn't that person doing something about it? And it's very simple. They're not trained. Nobody is trained. Training saves lives. So the only way, and I always use the analogy of swimming, right? So I have a young daughter. You can, having life vests on, having the pool or whatever swimming area fenced in is not an excuse for her not to learn how to swim. And this is the same thing. This is the reality. And here's the bottom line. May I share a portion of the text that you sent with me? Sabrina here says, towards the end, she says, I hear of all the possibilities at work all the time, but it hit me of how real the stuff we teach is tonight, because that hit too close to home. Okay, so they have first-hand account. You also shared something very interesting with me regarding the young man that was involved in this, because you had invited him to training previously. Tell me about that.
He didn't feel self-defense was necessary.
Right. He didn't feel that self-defense was necessary, so that's the whole thing. It can't happen to me. Do you think he feels different now about that? Right. Everybody wants self-defense training at that point, and at that point, it's too late. He was very fortunate, and so was everybody else, to be able to survive this. But now, how's he reacting to this? Because you also shared what his mind frame is like now.
He's emotionally distressed.
He's under stress emotionally, and you shared he doesn't want to leave the house because now, guys, there's a psychological impact to this as well. Okay, so listen, that's the bottom line. And we've been talking about now for a while teen safe training, active shooter training, getting coupled to make it easier for the parents to, and just for everybody to get involved. Training saves lives. And the whole idea that it can't happen to you, you feel that way until it happens, and then what? Okay, thank you so much, Sabrina, for sharing that. I'm Joe Robina. You can give her a call because she's actually in charge of doing all that. The number is 800-289-8188. Joe Robina for C.O.B.R.A Defense Miami. Thanks for watching and stay safe.